The following program may contain strong language. All of the comments and opinions expressed do not reflect the views of anyone but those making said comments. If you decide to continue listening to this program, it is assumed that you are not easily offended and have a broad sense of humor. Now that all that's out of the way, enjoy! Welcome to the show. I'm Mike Wendt, and with me,
Billy Finnegan. Today I'm going to go as Boutros Mustache, though.
Oh, Boutros Mustache. Are we going to have a different character every show?
Probably.
Different? Okay.
Why not?
I like that.
Leave it interesting.
Well, show one, off and running. Banging start, I think.
So far, yeah.
So far, so good. We're about 3 seconds in, and I'm subscribed to the channel.
I'm already bored.
Well, I guess we've had some pretty decent news around here. Snow and an election all in 24 hours.
Absolutely, and we're looking at sun on Sunday, so I'd say it's a usual New England day.
Very usual, yeah. But yeah, first snowfall, and we just went to get coffee. You were utterly scared.
I was petrified.
This is nothing to me.
Well, I mean, I'm not petrified for the snow. I'm petrified for everyone else around me.
People do just lose their minds.
Well, it's as if they woke up with amnesia every time there's a snowfall.
They forgot the last 15 years of their life on how to drive.
I mean, hey, I've been a New Englander for, so and so long, and all of a sudden what is this white shit falling from the ground,
right.
From the sky, the ground?
It's wet, it's white. I am terrified of it.
Well,
I am.
There might be some people in the South that feel pretty terrified by wet white things as well.
Falling at their face?
Yeah.
Are we already going to go there?
No.
We're already going to start working blue?
I'm stopping.
We're going to do cum jokes right off the bat?
I'm done.
Okay. But they're naming storms now. This is not like literally. This is nothing to me.
What are they calling this one?
Athena.
No.
Yeah.
Athena.
They've
already ran the gamut of names, and now they're going to Greek mythology.
Absolutely. Well, they got to start with an A, I guess.
Right, but
this isn't a hurricane. It's not, and I wouldn't consider this a nor'easter.
But we just had Sandy. Where's Trish?
Now, was Sandy a hurricane?
Sandy was a Frankenstorm.
Frankenstorm,
yeah.
Right?
I don't know if that counts in the same manner.
Would it? I mean, I guess some states it was considered a hurricane. I guess
you tried telling New York and New Jersey that wasn't a hurricane,
right? But yet I know I didn't even lose power. It was windy and rainy.
I drove into work.
Right.
It was
I had
fine.
no problem.
It was once again a regular New England day around here.
It was wonderful for me because there was zero traffic. Mm-hmm. Like not even the usual midnight traffic coming in.
Right.
It was just everybody stayed in. They're all scared.
Yeah.
Bought way too many candles.
What am I going to do with
18 vanilla scented candles?
Why do I have 28 packages of Poland Springs water right now? What am I going to do with this? I got to auction it on eBay.
You drive up to New York is what you do. You load your trunk up with gas and water. You start charging a premium. It's the American way, babe.
It's entrepreneurship at its finest.
Absolutely.
When the crisis hits, you be the first one on the spot with supplies.
If you are able to get in there on the ground floor and take advantage of other people's misfortunes, that's America.
Well, I believe, and that's how the country was founded, but I believe that I just read somewhere on the interwebs, someone's selling gas for $30 a gallon obviously to people in New York and New Jersey. Sure. But, I mean, talk about, there's people out there saying that they don't have jobs, they don't have this. You can make your own job, absolutely. Just wait for a hurricane.
They did a whole Sunny episode on that, going door to door selling gas. It worked out well for them.
It worked out extremely. Haven't we done this already?
Yeah. That was their own little Simpsons did it type of thing.
Well, of course.
Of course, because the Simpsons did it.
Because the Simpsons did it. Simpsons did a podcast already.
Fucking Simpsons. So, in the election, the other thing.
The other thing is... The other storm.
Yes.
The perfect storm.
Everybody's up in arms. I loved being that I was awake last night for the overnight, just reading Facebook, and just I shook my head more than anything else. It wasn't even laughable at that point. It's just between the overly happy people and then the angry people. It was a nice mix of just absurdity.
Well, a lot of people said out there that Facebook and the election was a good way of seeing who the quote unquote idiots were in your Facebook friends.
We don't need the election to figure out who's
absolutely not
dumb. You just go to Facebook.
You just go to Facebook. I mean,
every day there's a reason I should not be following somebody.
Well, yeah, if that's Facebook, that's Twitter, that's everything. That's Instagram. Anyone that's on Instagram is pretty much.
I'm on Instagram.
Well, you're hipstergram. See, people call on me for dressing like a hipster. You are right up there with your idiosyncrasies, your hipster syncrasies.
Am I?
No, probably not.
Okay.
I don't think there's a hipster out there that's a big Bruins fan.
Well, there was probably back in the mid-'90s.
Right, before it was cool.
Yeah, absolutely. When they were $10 seats and you could barely fill the garden.
I actually wanted to pick up seats, 2 years before the Bruins won the Cup?
Mm-hmm.
I think they were $10 seats or something.
Yeah.
Or, and the season ticket. And my dad and I are looking at each other like, why aren't we picking up season tickets right now? That would be fantastic, But then, of course, the Bruins win. And shit out of luck because Hottie McHotstuff has to take her friends out and cheer on Tyler Seguin because, man, he's so cute.
He's adorable.
He is just lovely.
He is adorable, and he's easily the luckiest son of a bitch in this city.
Where is he walking? Norway or Scandinavia right now? Just basically just throwing it in any Swiss roll that he can.
You almost got to feel bad for him in this situation because he was on a nice roll here in Boston.
Well, yeah.
He goes over there. He's just another hockey player. He's not a champion.
Well,
I mean,
still, but he's
still Tyler's.
He's a young hockey player. Plus the fact that he's not nailing 6s and 7s that consider themselves 10s here.
I'm not saying he's dry over there.
No.
But, I mean, it was probably much easier to just step out of your apartment and walk into any bar in Boston.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, he drinks for free no matter where he goes. Same with Marchand and anyone else on that team.
And Brad, I think, is still in town. I saw pictures of him running around Halloween dressed, I think, as Thor.
I think Boston was actually trying to get Brad out of town. Just go ahead.
Please,
why don't you
sign in. We don't have enough booze for a lockout, Brad.
Please, Brad. I mean, we're running a dry town now. What are you doing? This is like Prohibition era
There's
Boston.
no hockey season. We have no revenue this winter. We can't support you and your habit.
Thanks, Brad. But I'm actually happier we're talking about hockey than politics.
Well, that's a nice segue into Tim Thomas, isn't it? What bunker is he hiding in right now?
He has not said a word, right?
Of course. What is he going to say?
Well, Obama's still
bad?
in the
Sorry, I fucked up.
Obama's still in the chair, so old Timmy is he's in some bunker or hiding out with his cases of water and his gallons of gas, and it's like it's Hurricane Obama that hit Tim Thomas.
I think he moved to Colorado, so he's
blazing up right
really
now.
Fucking high right now.
Well, you better hope so. I mean, something's got to calm that man down.
Now, was with Colorado? Is it completely legal?
I haven't researched it, but it's recreational legal. It's
they're about as close to completely making it legal as any state.
Yeah, I heard them in Washington, I believe. I think Washington or Oregon made that completely legal. However, it's still, I think the governor or I mean, sorry, not governor, senator came out, whoever was elected,
sure,
and said, it's still an illegal drug.
Well, federally, yeah,
federally,
can't.
Yeah, everything still falls under the federal regulations. However, recreational use is, it's not only decriminalized, it's legal now. So I'm sure there's
So we're probably, if I was to guess, 5 to 10 years away from having it sold in stores.
Oh, Massachusetts. Oh, well.
Federally, I mean.
Federally, yeah, probably.
Because I mean, you got to imagine at this point, I would say that more people are smoking weed than drinking.
Well, with the way the recession is, absolutely.
I would assume that, and just, I mean, nobody wants to get fat, and beer is just, it gave me this sexy body that I have.
Yeah, but I don't think I don't think marijuana is exactly helping anyone lose weight.
That's true.
I mean, I know when I used to smoke, it was the munchies were probably the worst thing about it, besides the absolute utter laziness that I encountered. But yeah, I think the medicinal step is the step in the right direction, and then, not to get all political, but it's definitely a slippery slope. It's that, medicinal, then it's going to be legal, and then it's, and then we're all partying. So
now, what would you say? Like drinking, you have to be 21.
Yeah.
If weed ever makes it into stores, what would you say the age would be? 21?
I think I had heard somewhere already that the legalization of it in those two states, I think they said 21.
Yeah, that makes
which
sense.
I think it's great. I mean,
it uniforms it at least across the board with booze.
Totally. But and at least by 21 you're making some good decisions, I guess.
Yeah, because every 21-year-old is making a great decision that first night out.
I made some damn good decisions that night out. In fact, at 21, I was so poor that I think I was scrounging for change for my first legal beer, and I still didn't find any. So that first day, no, I didn't have any money as soon as the clock hit midnight. But I think, not to sound conservative, but
sure,
21's a good age for drinking and marijuana, and I think 21 or 19 or 18 should be driver's license or something, because we are good at breeding dumb right now in this country. I mean, I think
the internet is a wonderful place if you want to hate the rest of the world.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to hate, not the rest of the world. That's a bit harsh.
The rest of the country,
the next generation.
Oh yeah.
If you want to hate the people that are like 10 years younger than you, just sit on any of the social networking sites.
Sign online, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you
Twitter,
got.
Instagram. I mean, I
love it because it's also a great creativity space for everyone out there.
Sure.
I mean, in the websites that I go to, the Chive mainly, but everything else, it's like, people make you laugh. I don't have to watch a movie to, be entertained. I could be entertained on the internet. However, to know how stupid some of these people are.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just like, and they just don't get it. Mm-hmm. It's funny to them. They're a meme now, It's just like, no, man, we're telling you, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
And we're making fun of you, and we're laughing at your expense. You're not laughing with us. We're laughing at you. But I guess in the 2012 year, our greatest export is stupidity. So,
well, at least you got to be good at something, right? Jesus. But that, and I mean, I think in getting back to the weather a little bit, we've just, between getting just dumber, we're also breeding a generation of pussies.
Oh yeah,
we really are.
Well, last night,
I mean, this, like I said, this is a light snowstorm.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody tells me. It's not a fucking nor'easter.
No.
It's not a nor'easter. It doesn't deserve a name. It certainly does not deserve a name.
Well, is that really just in vain because they can't call it Snowgate or
so fucking
Wintergate,
stupid.
Or the media's got to have a cute little name for everything. I'm surprised they haven't put T-shirts out for Sandy. At least that would probably you could get a good relief fund out of that. I don't know.
I'm sure it's in the works. Alec Baldwin's working on it. He's out there. Him and the Jersey Shore kids are going to be.
Oh,
they're doing a special, by the way, on that.
On the Jersey Shore.
The Jersey Shore kids, I guess, are going to do a Sandy relief special.
Cleaning up the Jersey Shore.
Oh,
are they all committing mass suicide?
God, we can only hope. We can only hope.
I said the day that Sandy happened, and I heard that the Jersey Shore, obviously Sandy, big tragedy, and I'm very happy that friends of mine that are out in New York and Jersey are safe. But
sure.
The minute Sandy happened and the Jersey Shore was not affected, I just thought to myself,
it was not affected?
Well, the cast of the Jersey Shore.
Oh, the cast of the Jersey Shore. Yes.
I thought to myself, man, Sandy is the biggest underachiever since Dan Marino.
And did you tweet that?
I did tweet that.
Brilliant.
And of course,
did you get a couple retweets?
No, I got
favorites?
no retweets. I just got Marino lovers out there. Just, he didn't have an offensive line. Shut up. It was a joke.
See, that's a whole special kind of fun.
Yeah.
When you didn't even intend to insult Dan Marino or his friends.
No, of course not.
And they come out of the woodwork over a fucking quarterback that hasn't played in 20 years. But I do. I find a little bit of joy in randomly fighting with people.
Of course
online.
you do.
Online. It's so much fun. And most of it, like that, comes out of complete accident.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be just making a joke, very sarcastic, and there was one, it was a couple years ago. It was either right after or during the Bruins Stanley Cup run.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, the hype around the Vancouver, the Twins, the Sedins.
Yeah.
And somebody posted online, is it derogatory against women to call these guys the Sedin sisters?
If I was a woman, I'd feel bad for that. But yeah, go ahead.
Now, I don't remember exactly what I posted, but it was something very sexist and very sarcastic, and
like only Mike Wendt can.
And it's just like, you couldn't have taken what I don't remember what I said, and I wish I could find it right now, but I don't have time to do that.
No.
Because obviously this is live.
This is a live podcast.
We couldn't just stop for a second. Fuck that. But it couldn't have been taken any other way but a joke.
Right.
I spent the next 5 hours deliberately fighting with 3 different random women that just decided they were going to attack me as a sexist, as a misogynist. And the great thing was, they started trying to do homework, like on me. Mm-hmm. So they went to my account and they saw that, I worked in radio, and they're like, oh, well, obviously you don't like women because you're on the radio. It's like, that has nothing. What
does that have to do with
That was one of their
anything?
arguments, that because I was on the radio, I didn't like women.
Okay.
And again, made no sense. And they thought I did sports broadcasting, which I didn't. I don't.
Right.
But
right.
I guess they don't like women either. It's just
because that's a known fact.
They had no dog in the fight.
Water is wet. The sky is blue.
And sports broadcasters hate women.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
They taught me that in 3rd grade. But that leads into what you were talking about. I mean, again, I guess this entire podcast is just going to be winding around circle. But that just leads into, the pussification of America.
Absolutely.
Everyone's offended by everyone else.
You can't make a joke anymore.
No.
At somebody's expense without somebody getting upset. And it goes beyond just getting upset. Now it's people want to attack you personally and professionally. They want to, it's like, they'll go after your job, plain and simple. Like, she was like, and she started like retweeting, my employers and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm going to write an email. I'm like, write a fucking email. I don't care. It says very clearly at the top of my Twitter page, my opinions do not represent the blah, 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 blah.
Which is what should be said about this show. But yeah.
Absolutely. But it is. It's like, if I'm not on the clock, it shouldn't affect it.
But,
it does.
Yeah, it does.
And that's just the world we live in. But it's like, you can't even telling somebody, to get thick skin. Thicken up your skin a bit.
Right.
Could be, I don't know, I haven't read the rule books yet, but that could be considered bullying.
Well, that's bullying, and that's what, derogatory towards larger people.
I was just going to say, if you tell it to a woman, god damn, she'll come after you with a fat joke.
Right. Well, I don't even know where to start with it, really. It's like...
We're a few years, I would say. Actually, I would say 10 to 20 years before a generation of bubble boys.
Oh.
Full blown, like homeschooled, living in a bubble.
Oh, I think we're closer than that.
I mean, and I look at stuff like Halloween was just the other week, and I Instagrammed it. Hashtag. But it was a picture of the bowl of candy I was giving out. Mm-hmm. And I made a joke, if any parent, because 2 years ago when I was giving out candy, I had about half a dozen parents not let their kids take candy from me because there was peanuts and shit. And because of the allergies.
Oh, yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Of course, I wrote, if any parent mentions peanut allergies, I'm going to throat punch them. That can, again, that can only be taken as a joke. Do you really think I'm going to throat punch a parent in front of their kids because they mention a peanut allergy?
Absolutely not, but I'm sure that sent off a shit wave of peanut butter.
It's a real thing. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I used to wait tables, and there was not a sadder kid to see than a kid with food allergies.
Oh, yeah.
At a restaurant.
You can't do a damn thing.
Because everything, and it was a chain restaurant that I worked at, so everything's run through the same oven.
Yeah.
Everything's processed in bags and shit, and everything touches each other.
And no matter what you say, like, can you make sure that this is cooked separately? It's like, it's not going to happen.
So basically, and I had this mother, very, very just bitchy about the whole situation. She wasn't even nice about it. She wasn't even like, my boy has food allergies. Let's work something out. It was like, I can't eat on this menu. He can't. I'm like, why the fuck did you come here? Basically, the only thing we found out that the kid could eat was the side corn.
And his mother's breast milk.
But that bitch ate peanuts, so you can't have that.
Oh, can't do that.
So it was basically he could have a side of corn.
Right.
Which came because it came in a sealed bag.
Mm-hmm.
You drop the bag in the microwave, 10 seconds, and drop it in a ramekin.
So you're saying it was fresh?
Of course it was fresh. Shucked it myself. But this poor little bastard looked so fucking defeated. He was just like, he didn't want to be there. He didn't want, and you could tell the mother was and it was just him and her.
Well, it's funny too. They kind of look like vegans themselves. Some of the vegan kids that you see out there. Oh, it's healthier, man. It's a healthier option.
It's not healthier.
It's like you guys, you
look sick.
You look awful. Like vegetarian is fine.
Sure.
If you want to be vegetarian, that's fine. But do it smart. But yeah, these kids, the vegans and the kids with allergies, they both share similarities.
And I understand that there are allergies, and I understand it's a real thing. It wasn't when I was a kid.
No one
I didn't know a single kid with a food allergy. Maybe there were kids in my school with them, but I didn't know them.
Well, even me growing up, I just realized that one of the guys that I work with down here, he's allergic to peanuts, and he said I might not be allergic anymore.
Right.
But going through my life, I've always just been so convinced that peanuts will kill me that I just don't care to eat them anymore. But it's like, I had never heard about that when I was a kid growing up. Every kid, you got to school, you opened up your bag lunch or your hot lunch, whatever you had, and you did the ritual of trading lunches away and whatnot. But that was the thing. It's like I had a peanut butter sandwich. Like, hey Jimmy, you got a bologna sandwich. I kind of want bologna today,
Right.
And you trade off. Nothing ever came of that.
There was no concern about that. And even back. If there was a kid's birthday or a holiday and the parents would always send food, you can't send food in anymore. No. You can't send baked goods.
That's the other thing, too, is like these parents that are so pro-children and they're trying to, they're doing the, parent-teacher conferences and all this other crap and they're trying to go out of their way to be nice to the schoolyard, the school. And the kids' education and getting involved in everything, and they're trying to do a bake sale, and it's like they can't even bring.
You can't do it.
You can't do it. You can't bring anything in because
I think the last thing that you can sell now is wrapping paper at school. But as long as it's non-holiday specific,
right?
It has to just be. Right, well, it can't even be blue because then it's sexist against the girls.
Right. I don't even know. I don't even know if it can have unicorns on it. For God's sakes, that's too imaginative.
You basically need I was going to say plain white paper, but you can't do that because it's racist.
Oh my God.
You don't think somebody would make that point?
Would totally
Why aren't they going to have black paper in here? It's like,
well, then I guess to make everyone happy, you just wrap everything in newspaper.
I would say plastic wrap.
Plastic wrap, probably.
Clear cellophane plastic wrap.
Which would just take out the surprise, which is basically surprise and joy and everything. And so that's basically what they're doing with America.
You can't have surprises.
Anyway.
Kids have heart conditions now.
We were treating our kids like 55-year-old men.
And I think, now, my amateur medical opinion is that I think all these food allergies are coming because of that. We're treating everybody with really delicate gloves and we're creating them. We're not letting our kids, like, my father posted a really insightful post on Facebook about, back in my day type of thing, but it was all the shit that used to happen. We used to play in the dirt. We used to eat, we used to eat dirt, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah. I mean, well, I'm
not
assuming,
by the spoonful, I'm saying. It wasn't like a meal, but
right. But I'm assuming by your generation, you guys were probably eating your fair share of lead paint and
absolutely,
and getting into chemicals and whatever. And,
sure.
And even in my generation, we were.
Who didn't try the glue in art class?
The paste, I mean, it had its moments. You had a nice Ritz cracker and paste.
We didn't know that Elmer's wasn't getting us high, but we still tried.
Absolutely, and you tried everything, and you were curious, and that's what a kid's thing is to be curious. But we are just completely just taking that away from kids, or not everyone, but most parents, I should say, are taking that away from kids.
And the parents that aren't are considered bad parents now.
Right, you're a terrible parent, and if you're not coddling your child, and believe me, every time I see a a kid running and scrapes his knee, and the mother or father are running over. They're like, "Oh my God, Johnny, you broke your fucking leg!" Like, come on.
They lose their complete mind. Like it's like you've never seen a skinned knee before.
Right.
We used to get them daily. Rollerblading, riding a bike, you fall off.
You learn your lesson.
It hurts like a bitch, but you get back up because you got to get home.
Well, I mean, whatever happened to the old
You don't
saying,
sit there texting mommy. I just fell down. I can't get me. It's like,
and that. Well, okay.
I know where you're going.
That's the other thing is,
I know where you're going. I'm completely with you.
Fucking kids, 10-year-old kids, 8-year-old kids with a cell phone.
Yep. Yeah.
What is happening with this? I mean, I don't know if it's because most of these parents are the 16 and pregnant parents, or if most of them are just, you know, whatever's going. Because not everyone's having a kid at 16. I mean, you have my cousin, I think, had his first kid at mid 30s,
sure.
But he doesn't treat his kids like that.
No.
You know what I mean? But
there are still some responsible people in the world.
There are responsible parents, and you could still be a good parent.
Sure.
But not to act like like the world's gonna end because your kid, his world has been invaded by God knows what.
And I mean, I think the people, getting back to the kids with phones and shit, that's one of the most irresponsible things you can do. Just for the fact that every phone now is connected to the internet, and it's a horrible place. I mean, it really is, especially for kids. The
internet has an X rating to it if it had a rating.
It is 99.9% straight up porn.
Yeah.
And it always boggles my mind because I'm the oldest in my family of the kids. And I found like my youngest cousins, I don't know, they're about, I don't know, 3 4 feet. They're about 4 feet old.
So like maybe 12.
Yeah, if that. I found that both of them on Instagram.
What the fuck?
And I'm like, and they're throwing up the 2 fingers. They're doing duck face. It's just like, I'm not ready for you to grow up yet. Please get off the internet. Get out of my cyber world.
Yeah, but the funny thing is they haven't even grown up yet.
And then when some of them follow me,
it's just that the ones that they're portraying, they're not even grown up yet.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now the attention span and the intelligence of today's 10-year-old goes from 10 to 23.
Right.
But yeah, go ahead.
And the worst part when I really feel bad about it is when like they'll follow me on Twitter or Instagram, or a friend requests me on Facebook. It's like, Jesus, I don't want to have that discussion with my uncle why I was making dick jokes and now your 10-year-old daughter is talking about it, and it's like, you're the oldest. Because I know eventually it will happen. Right,
but you don't have to ask to be a role model.
Fuck no.
I mean,
and I think it's the general consensus in my family that I'm not the one to look up to.
Well, but
we have a very smart, very educated, very successful cousin who I think everybody should look at her.
Yeah.
And just not look over at me, not look at the unshaven, unkempt guy in the sweatpants
pay no attention to the man behind the Bruins cloth.
Absolutely not. The Bruins beard, right?
But when you get accused of something like that, and believe me, it's I know in my family I've had people tell me that I'm a pretty good role model for my younger cousins and whatnot, and yeah, it's really nice, but to an extent, it's like if you're telling someone else, or proclaiming someone else and saying, you're not being a good role model. Well, why aren't you being a good role model for your own kids? You know what I mean?
It's everybody wanting to parent their kids for them.
Right.
Nobody wants to take responsibility for being a good parent.
Right. So if
they fuck up, they can blame you. They can blame you. Right. They can blame Obama.
Right. I'm screwing off and doing something else. It's like, well, little Johnny, said he learned that from you. It's like, well, why don't you tell little Johnny that I'm not the dictator of his life? It's the parents,
Oh, and it's invading. The worst part is it invades my entertainment. I'm dead serious. I am dead serious. There are ratings on things for a reason.
I know.
And if you can't explain to your kid, if you want to let your kid watch an R-rated movie, and then you're going to blame the R-rated movie for giving him nightmares or making him curse or having a tit pop out. Whose fucking fault is that? It's not the guy who made the R-rated movie and then accepted the R rating.
Absolutely.
It's your fucking fault for showing him the movie and then not explaining that if somebody dies, they're not really dead. It's fake. Because it's like, and I look back, because I am completely into movies. I watch so many fucking movies. It's kind of a sickness.
If you don't follow Mike on Twitter or see him on Facebook.
It is complete sickness.
It's ridiculous. You just did the 100-day countdown or whatever the fuck it was.
It was
for
100 horror movies through the month of October. 100 movies in 31 days, and I made it to 129.
You're sick.
I'm an overachiever.
Finally, there's one of you out there.
But I look back, because the first R-rated movie I remember watching was Predator.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember I was sitting in my living room with my mother, my grandfather, and my uncle, and we were watching Predator. And I thought it was I understood movies because I was into movies at a young age, so I kind of understood that it was make-believe.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I was a smart kid, but I got that movies were fake.
Right.
And I thought, and there was a scene in the movie where Jesse Ventura's chest explodes.
Oh.
And it's one of the coolest fucking makeup effects I've ever seen in movies. And I made my mother rewind it because, of course, I was a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And Jesse was still doing commentary back then. And it was fucking awesome.
Well, because, you knew that was the other thing is like, you knew it was Jesse Ventura. To get back to movies being
make-believe,
fake
right.
and being make-believe, you knew it was Jesse Ventura. You just saw him on,
he was the body.
Saturday Main Event or whatever. And then all of a sudden it's like, boom, there he is on the movie. And then the next week, hey, look, he's over here.
That was the coolest part about the movie for me back then because it was, like I said, it was the first R-rated movie I remember.
Yeah.
And what I knew about it was I knew Schwarzenegger. I knew Apollo from Rocky because Carl Weathers was in it.
Yep.
And I knew Jesse the Body. And Jesse the Body was cursing up a storm. It was wonderful. I was laughing like a little kid because I was. I think I don't even know how old. I might have been between the 7 to 10 range.
Yeah.
When I don't remember exactly when it came out, but it was explained to me, because my mother was watching it, and she's very naive when it comes to movies. She never expects the violence when it happens.
Right.
Like I remember my brother.
Predator. I would think this is about unicorns and show ponies.
She never. She is. It's awesome how naive she is about movies.
Yeah.
My brother took her to see Natural Born Killers in the theater.
That's an awful idea.
She knew Woody Harrelson from Cheers.
I hope it was a Mother's Day present.
It was something. But it was. She read one of the blurbs in the newspaper ad was like viciously hilarious, which, if in a certain frame of mind, it was a funny movie.
I think it's fantastic and it's very funny. Yeah.
And she saw that mixed with, and she's a big fan of Cheers, mixed with Woody the bartender. Must be wonderful.
Woody the bartender, who's fucking
who's
just
now shaving his head and raping
head.
a hostage and knifing people. It was wonderful.
Because that's exactly how I actually see Natural Born Killers as the slow progression of Woody from Cheers.
Well, it really
That's
was,
exactly
though. I mean,
what
if
he's
you
doing.
think back to that, he wasn't known for anything else, really. I think he had done...
No, White Man Can't Jump was before that,
I was just going
right?
to say, it was Cheers and White Man Can't Jump, and that was about it. So he was still kind of a comedy guy.
Yeah.
So if you were, like my mother, very naive, you weren't expecting to see him massacring many people in very bloody ways. But yeah, that opening scene in the diner, she walked out. She left.
Oh,
my brother stayed. I think she went to see another movie.
So she didn't even get to Rodney Dangerfield's wonderful...
Oh, Jesus, that was another... I forgot. Yeah. Imagine if he was in the credits. It's a laugh riot. Rodney, Woody, it's just wonderful. Dennis Leary was in a deleted scene of it, so it was just a comedy fiesta.
Robert Downey Jr., everyone.
Yeah.
That's a great flick.
Iron Man with a massive mullet. It was wonderful.
And an Australian
and that weird accent. Yeah. It was a great character.
He certainly perfected his accent by the time Tropic Thunder came around.
Again, we've talked about Tropic Thunder, and I still say anybody who has not given it a chance, listen to the DVD commentary of the director's cut of Tropic Thunder. It is easily it's funnier than the movie because it's Ben Stiller and Jack Black just being normal, doing a regular DVD commentary, and then it's Robert Downey Jr. in character throughout the entire movie, never breaking character. So he's Kirk Lazarus
Yep.
as Lincoln Osiris
Yep.
in character. And as the movie progresses, he also, through the commentary, progresses into the actor he's portraying on screen.
So he starts as Lazarus, and then he goes into...
He starts as Lazarus... Kirk.
Yeah.
He starts as that in the opening with the trailers. And then when the movie starts and he's in as Osiris,
Yep.
he goes to that. And then at the end, when he changes back into Lazarus, he changes back into that voice. And then they go to they're at the Oscars and he's still in that voice.
Mm-hmm.
And then the end credits hit. And it's, that's very action-packed. It's one of the more action-packed end credits I've ever seen. It's, explosions and music and blah.
Oh, yeah.
And his character pops up, and Robert Downey Jr., the name, flashes on the screen, and you hear him go, "And I am the greatest actor alive," in Robert Downey Jr.'s voice. He goes, "Yes, I am Robert Downey Jr. I am the greatest actor alive." And I was like, that son of a bitch has a wonderful sense of humor.
Part of that, too, is completely true. In his mind,
really. And think about it. And while we're talking about Robert Downey Jr., he, to me, is what all of these quote-unquote troubled celebrities should be.
Oh, he's the role model for them.
But they're not following his lead. Robert Downey Jr. went to jail for years. And it wasn't like a Lindsay Lohan jail where she gets, she gets her stylist to primp her up, and then she goes into jail for 20 minutes, gets a picture taken, and then walks out the door. That's not helping anybody.
I went to jail, and all I got was this lousy makeover.
Right. I wish they gave out T-shirts. I'd have a collection. But
again,
but he got dropped in a hole for years, and it cleaned him up. They're not getting cleaned up because they're not taking it seriously, basically.
Well, that's because, and to go way back on this conversation, that's because we treat these days our celebrities, our kids, anyone else in the media, or in the country, with kid gloves.
Yes.
And everything's got to be overly sensitive, and lawyers have to be involved, and all this other bullshit has to happen. And so you get a guy like Robert Downey Jr., who was the quintessential bad boy through most of the 90s. I mean, I think after Natural Born Killers, I believe that was when he went in.
It was in that era. It was the early to the beginning of the mid-90s.
Right.
When he was getting caught in houses shooting heroin in babies'
cribs. Right, that was like 94, 96 type.
Yeah.
So you have that. He does his time, and then next thing you know, he's king. He
didn't come right out,
IMAX.
though. He didn't come right out. I mean, it wasn't like he jumped out of jail and was like, "Suit me up, I'm going to Iron Man."
No, absolutely not.
He worked. He paid a little bit of dues and came back.
He paid a little bit of dues. I think he was in Gothica.
Ew.
That terrible abortion of a movie with Halle Berry.
Oh, that was Halle. I was thinking Gattaca with Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman.
Yes. See, I went Gattaca in my head, and
he was in one of those two shitty movies.
Whatever it was, either way. But yeah, he did. He moved his way back up. But yeah, it's like these other troubled stars out there, starlets, whatever you want to call them. I mean, take Paris Hilton off the list because she doesn't even count. But a Lindsay Lohan, who, she was in the similar vein where Downey was doing the Brat Club stuff. She did, your Parent Traps and your Herbie Unloaded and your other crappy movies. She did the Tina Fey thing, the big breakout. Now it's just like, you're just kind of waiting. But it's not going to happen because, again, you treat everyone with kid gloves. No one's going to learn their lesson.
No. And these, they keep talking about conservatorships. Is that what they're called? The one that Britney Spears has. I guess somebody controls her money and her life and shit.
Yeah.
And those don't work.
But sadly, of course, it's not apparent because
you can't have Lindsay's. I mean, Jesus.
Well, but I'm just saying, you want
to throw Mike Lohan in charge of anything
because once again, the parents failed and they don't want to admit that.
Well, that's just a child actor story. That's just a parent wanting their kid to pay for the rest of their lives.
That's Macaulay Culkin 101.
Macaulay Culkin, Feldman, Haim. I mean, anybody who was something as a kid that grew up to nothing, is the same story. But it's like the conservatorships can't work because, again, the person of interest isn't learning a lesson because they're technically still out, they're still free, they're still living their lives, they're still being a celebrity.
Yeah.
In Downey's case, you dropped him in a hole. He was a prisoner. He was a number in the system, and he wasn't doing People magazine covers.
Right.
And that happened for years.
Right. He wasn't a celebrity at large. He was
wasn't
inmate number 458.
Right. And the other thing is he, at least from what I saw publicly, he wasn't treating it as like going to jail was an annoying thing. I'm sure it sucked, but he also, I think at that point had cleaned up enough that he realized that he needs this. And I fucked up enough that this is what happens. There is consequences for my actions. This is what happens. They don't fucking understand that because you see them in court, like the Lohans or the whoever the fucks, and they look utterly annoyed to be there, like they're taking up their lunch hour.
Right, yeah, exactly.
It's like
making protests.
You have a lunch that you're gonna get ready to enjoy, and the boss calls you into the office,
right?
Because you got to do extra work in your lunch hour. It's like, oh man, I had a great sandwich I was gonna eat.
They spend all their time making protests on their fingernails when they're drawing.
And again, we are too publicly connected, I feel, to our celebrities. And
celebrities,
Twitter and the internet is all to blame for that, and it has its upsides, it has its downsides, but I mean there's no more mystery to people. Like if you think back to when we were kids, if you will, celebrities, like you didn't know their every movement.
No.
You didn't know. You knew Nicholson was fucking a lot of people, but you didn't know who he was fucking.
Well, yeah, you didn't know who the hell was gay at that time. I mean, but now it's just like, and it's fine for people to be coming out and doing that.
See,
but
and that's kind of like the good side of it is it's allowing people to be themselves and not have to hide.
Right.
But on the flip side, it's giving people too much ammo.
Yeah.
To hurt these. It's like if you're a celebrity, you want to live a famous life. You want to have that celebrity lifestyle.
Well, yeah, you want to walk into a place and drop money down, but at the same time, it's like, the thing that I don't really enjoy about it is these celebrities, and again, it goes to the whatever you want to call it, pussification of America, whatever it wants to be labeled as, or whoever wants to label it.
It's what it is.
You got these celebrities out there who will tweet something or who'll say something, and then the minute, and it's literally,
you can't make a mistake.
Nanoseconds that they say something offensive, and someone takes offense to it, which someone always will.
That's a better way to put it. Someone takes offense to it because it's not.
Right, it's
not all offensive.
Right.
Sometimes it is, but it's not all offensive. Somebody just has a hurt feeling.
But the minute that they do it, and then it's like either it's my account got hacked.
Yep.
Or it's they got to make the public apology.
Public apology, a hacked account, or you'll see them in rehab the next week. Right. They have a drinking problem.
Now the only person I think that doesn't get a pass on that would be someone like Chris Brown. However, you've got these people. It's like you can't even be yourself now. No. It's like in the way that it's okay for people to come out of the closet these days.
Sure.
And it, because I don't know. Because on television and everything, gay is the fad.
Sure,
and whatever. I mean, at least those people can lead a normal life now. Mm-hmm. It's like everyone else, you can't lead a normal life. You can't be yourself, or you can't say something that you think is funny, and maybe a couple of your friends might. But the minute that one person sees it and goes, "Oh, well, that offends me," it's like now I gotta make a big fucking kerfuffle over it.
If you have an opinion and somebody disagrees with your opinion, now you have to justify your opinion and why you should have to apologize for your own fucking opinion. I would love, and not everybody's opinions, granted, are, like I said, they're not for mass consumption, but some of them are just idiotic.
Absolutely.
There are fucking stupid people in this world who make dumb fucking opinions.
But most of the people that make those opinions, when someone takes offense to them, that's the ones that'll say, "Oh, my Twitter account got hacked." And it's like, that's yet another, there's a laundry list of problems that I have in the world, but that's another one of the problems. No one wants to take accountability for anything. And it's like, just, hey, you know what? If you come out and just say, "I'm sorry, this is what I said."
Right.
And it sucks that you have to say, "I'm sorry" now. But if you just said it, people forget about it. But it's like, no, man, my account was hacked. Fuck, I don't know what happened. I left my account open at the Apple store, and it's like,
it's always the Apple store.
It's always the Apple store.
Geniuses. Yeah. If you're such a genius, why can't you shut down my account?
Why do I have to pay $20 to call you for a problem?
I get transferred for $20. We have to up you to the next level tier, but it's going to cost you this hold button I got to push here. That's about a $10 hold button.
That's a $10 hold button. By the way, we've got doctors on the way to your house now. They're going to be drawing blood.
There's a transfer fee. Oh, I hate this. I really do. You can't talk to anybody on the phone anymore.
No.
We were booking. Me and my girl are booking a trip, and we're going down for Thanksgiving to Florida. It's the hardest thing to book to talk to somebody. Like, we had to change part of our reservation.
Yeah.
The first 10 minutes of the call is press 1 for this, press 2, and it's like, and none of the options are for you.
No, of course not.
So I get to the point where I'm either hammering down 0. What is it?
I said the first part of it is para español.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, well, we got to get that out of the way real first. It would suck if that was the last option for the Spanish-speaking people.
They got to
sit through 10 minutes of English, and then it's like, oh, by the way, if you want to hear 10 more minutes of your options, but I'm either pounding on the 0 key, or I love the voice-activated ones where we just yell at them. I just yell customer service until I get somebody, and it never works.
Well, the trick is, for every one of them, I think you hit 0. Right? Isn't it just the operator override or whatever?
Not everything, but that's common for most.
Oh, of course.
Most automated systems.
If you hit here,
what's that?
I said we're talking Disney here, so it's like, oh.
Well, yeah, they make it easy for you.
Yeah, it's a small world.
They make it easy for you. Yeah, you just say princess. You got to know the secret codes.
Oh, that's right.
But just getting back to us being too connected in this world, I don't think. The bad side of it, I believe, is, and I think it's why everybody has to apologize for their opinions. I don't think we should be so accessible to give opinions.
Right.
I think that's the problem, because like I said, opinions aren't for the masses. They're very isolated. You and like-minded people get what you're talking about. And the problem is, if you're a celebrity with a million plus followers, you can't imagine that 1 million plus people are going to, and then they have followers that they retweet. Right. You can't imagine that everybody's going to get it. Well, back before all this, we didn't know what they all thought. Like, it actually took a news conference to figure out what somebody thought. Well, and you had to actually schedule shit. Now it's like, I mean, how do they get away? How do they get out of drunk texting?
Well, and it's again, it's not just Twitter. This all started, obviously in the 90s and mid 90s, whatever you want to call it, with the Princess Diana thing, and
sure,
it wasn't that's probably not the start of it, but that's probably close to it. But I was just having a conversation the other day. Someone was saying how Clinton was a terrible president. And it's like, well, why was Clinton a terrible president? And this person said, well, because, he was an adulteress, he blowjob in the White House, all this other stuff. It's like, well, Kennedy was doing the same things. It's just that we didn't know about it. Well, but we knew about it. But it's like, well, no, we are so utterly out of control with the media thing that where you have your E's and your Access Hollywoods and your whatever else,
there's 87 channels of this bullshit.
Whatever that shit that Billy Boyd does, or whatever his name is. It's like, you got all this
Billy Boyd.
Isn't it Billy Boyd?
That doesn't sound right. It's
whatever the hell is name.
I don't know, but I know Billy Boyd. Keep talking.
Well, whatever the guy is, you have all the Billy Bush. Now I'm fucking myself over.
Maybe, I don't know.
He's related to Bush.
The Bush?
Yes, the Bush.
Wow.
But anyway, Access Hollywood, whatever. You have
a president that made jobs. There you go.
You have all this, like you said, this accessibility to celebrities, and it's taking away the mysticism and the celebrity status, really, and especially when you're making your Honey Boo Boos and your Jersey Shores and your 16 and pregnants and your
we're too quick to call people celebrities at this point.
Absolutely. I mean, a celebrity, to me, a celebrity is Jack Nicholson. A celebrity is, your
do something
your
to earn
Brandos.
It. Be a fucking movie star.
Right. It's something big. I mean, rock stars, celebrities, but I'm sorry, but Honey Boo Boo is not a fucking celebrity, and it's not someone that I want to. This whole idea of the American people just want to watch people fail. It's like, I want to be entertained.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want someone with talent. I want to put my acclaim into someone with talent. And these people who just are supposedly celebrities, and that we have to figure out and find out their opinions on every single matter. It's like,
and people, some people, and it's very fucking sad, but some people take their opinions like gospel. They take that shit really seriously.
Absolutely.
Like,
and that again, that's the breeding of a dumb generation.
Yeah. What we think Snooki's opinion on the election is important.
Right. Or
it's not.
Or you know what Michelle Obama's wearing on the red carpet is going to be.
By the way, she kind of looked like Tinkerbell last night, or one of the daughters did. Somebody was wearing a big fucking green thing.
Honestly, the minute I saw that Obama won the thing, I fell asleep. I didn't need to watch the rest of it. Whatever.
Now, did you vote yesterday?
I did vote.
You did?
Yes.
Did you? How long did you wait in the polls? I don't give a shit what you voted for, but I'm not gonna. No, because I mean, that's one of those. Like I said, I was up all night, and reading people's Facebook fights is so fucking.
Oh yeah,
ridiculous.
But, you know, with the, I mean,
again, you're not. There's two things you're never going, and I've always thought this. There's two things you're never going to change somebody's mind about, and it's religion and politics.
Totally.
So arguing with somebody over it is a waste of fucking time. Right. You have your opinion, great. I have my opinion, great. Don't try to change my fucking opinion. It's how I think.
Yeah, but don't tell those people that want to change your opinion that, because that is your opinion. And they have a completely different opinion on it.
They have every right to try. By all means, give it a shot. But I'm not going to sit here and fight with you.
Right.
You know, I'll let you yell at me, and I'll laugh my fucking balls off at it.
You know, and again, not to be on a soapbox, but it's like, in that election anyway, you're fighting for the lesser. You're voting on the lesser two evils.
I didn't feel I had a dog in this fight. If you want to call it that way, I didn't have a guy.
No.
Like I voted, but I didn't have a guy in it.
Not
and
at all.
And I feel that's how politics has become. I don't know what anybody's talking about anymore. It's all just like the debates. The big things to come out of at least one of the debates was Big Bird. I'm dead serious. That's what we're fucking doing.
Big Bird.
Yeah.
Malarkey. Binders full of women.
Binders. Yep.
And bayonets and horses.
Yep. And none of that has anything to do with the next 4 years.
No.
Not a single fucking thing has to do with the next 4 years.
If we all get issued bayonets and horses, though, that'd be
awesome.
Great.
And Big Bird costumes. That'd be like I don't know if you watch Dexter at all.
I do not.
Last season
I'm
there was
one person that doesn't.
They were doing the signs of the apocalypse thing, and one of them was the horses and the bodies, and they sewed a bunch of bodies together and put them on horses. Now it just made me think of that. Imagine a bunch of guys in Big Bird costumes riding horses with bayonets and fucking muskets. It'd be awesome. It'd be wonderful. That would be a YouTube sensation.
Rapping
I say
women,
we do it.
Rapping women in
How much
binders.
is it to rent a horse?
More money than I got.
Let's get a pony then. I bet they're cheaper.
Let's get a mule.
Mule, the slowest example ever.
Maybe we just, you know, if this podcast thing works out, we'll get an intern and we'll just dress him up like a horse.
Dress him up like a horse, and we'll dress ourselves up like Big Bird and just ride him around the studio.
Why not? We'll have like a jousting.
Nobody will give a shit. It'll just be for our own entertainment. It'll sound wonderful. I guarantee you.
Isn't that what this is for? It's just really for our own entertainment. It really is, though.
It's just making ourselves laugh. It's keeping us sane. Because nobody else wants to listen to my fucking opinions, and I'm getting sick of talking to myself.
Oh, that's fine. So you can lay them on me, man.
Absolutely. But everybody was complaining about the voting lines. Was yours long at all? Or?
Not at all.
When did you go?
I went at I wanted to be a responsible American.
Yeah.
I went at 8 o'clock in the morning because I had to get to work. So I woke up and the longest part of it was waiting in the traffic to get in. Then the minute I got in, it's like, oh, you're a precinct this and blah blah blah, and here's a plate of grapes, and here's they're very accommodating.
I didn't see the bar. I missed the open bar. I must have gone too late.
It was
that's only why, the first car. I was like a wedding.
Because you got to get in there nice and early because they got to get you lubed up for your selection choices. But literally just walk in, boom, did my thing, walk out, and got my little sticker.
See, I didn't have sticker either.
Well,
They didn't have stickers at my place.
first world problems right there, buddy.
I mean, does my vote count?
I don't even know.
I
if
couldn't pick my sticker. Does my vote count?
Did I vote? How about that? A bunch of people, and that's the world that we're living in. And a lot of people don't know it, is that people posting their ballots on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And Sean Hannity.
Hannity and Beyonce were the ones I saw.
And I didn't see Beyonce's.
Beyonce's, you couldn't tell who she voted for. Hannity's, you clearly could.
I think we all know who
Hova.
Beyonce voted for. Although I'm sure, I'm surprised that she went and voted and didn't get an absentee ballot. But Hannity did it and then pulled it down. And in Massachusetts, it is illegal, I believe, to post that up there. And there was a bunch of people on Facebook doing it as well.
At least a handful of people on my Facebook page.
How great would it have been if everyone that went, everyone between the ages of 18 and 40, let's say 45, everyone's sitting there, they're posting up their pictures, all proud of what they did, and all their votes got completely wiped out. What kind of an election would it have been?
That's too easy. I say we go and arrest them. Drag them out of their house.
Come on.
Drag. What? The prisons aren't that overpopulated.
It's very hard to put cuffs on anyone when you got your kid gloves on.
Let's.
It's like they're giant boxing gloves.
Maybe they get those fetish fluffy cuffs for them.
Oh, that'll work out too. It won't offend anyone, certainly.
Absolutely not. The women won't take that offense at all.
Oh, you are. I hope this podcast goes up so you just get write-ins and write-ins and write-ins.
But as we mentioned earlier, it's a secret pleasure of mine to fight with women on the internet.
That's terrible. Well, you know what? I will say it's better to fight with women on the internet than it is in real life.
Absolutely. Yeah, my polling sucked. My polling station sucked. There was no bar. There was no grapes. Mm-hmm. I didn't have any stickers.
I actually had a palm tree too.
The only advantage was it was very easy. I left my house, and 20 minutes later, I was back on my couch.
Yeah.
Voted, did the whole thing. Made my want to get high reference when I was reading through the questions. Absolutely.
Of course.
Because I got to be that guy that gets the chuckle. Chuckle from the guy, snicker from the woman.
So stupid.
Want to get high?
Hey guys, want to get high?
Oh man, we're going to get weed.
You're a towel.
It'd be wonderful. I'm sure one of these aches and pains in my knees is going to... But then, of course, I got to get insurance. Because imagine the fucking... what is it? The retail price of medical marijuana.
Oh my God!
Forget it. I'm just gonna stick to Jack. I'm gonna stick to my bottle of Jack. It's so much easier.
Oh man, I can totally sign up for medicinal marijuana. Wait, that's the price? Fuck it. Ibuprofen.
Yep.
Ibuprofen and
give me
liquor.
A fistful of Advil and a couple of beers, and I'm going to bed.
Wake up and worry about it tomorrow. Give me some icy hot. Where's Shaq with the icy hot?
I don't know if you've seen it. It was a movie that came out probably a few months ago called High School with Michael Chiklis, Adrian Brody, and Colin Hanks.
No, that's a trifecta of terrible right there.
It was funny as shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I know High School High was funny as shit.
Lovitz? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
you can't get any better than Lovitz in an afro wig. Yeah, I remember that box cover.
That's a great box cover.
It was a great box cover.
But yeah,
it was
High
terrible.
School. No idea.
But
Inform me.
It's your usual formula.
Yeah.
Bunch of kids, it's the finals of high school. They get their final exam.
Of course.
And
right before the big party.
Of course, there's the valedictorian smart kid who hangs out with the stoner who's not going to graduate. Because that always happens in high school.
The odd couple pairing that has worked ever since 1975.
Right. Lemon and Mathau are rolling over in their graves.
Oh my God.
One of them's not dead. Is Mathau dead yet?
I think they're both dead.
Did Mathau die?
Yeah.
I'll have to Google it later.
I know Jack Lemmon.
Died. I know died.
Yeah, and I know Walter Matthau died.
Okay. So see that? I know Lemon, you know Mathau.
See?
They're both gone.
We're both kind of Mathaus though. Yeah. In that respect.
Eventually, when we start just agreeing on everything, we're gonna be fucked.
Yeah,
this is gonna be so boring.
It's gonna suck.
When you say something like, "Yep, I agree."
It's pretty much.
That's a discussion we're gonna have.
I agree.
Exactly. It sucks.
Game over.
But so the smart kid gets high, and the last day of school, Chiklis is playing the principal he decides he's going to drug test the entire school.
I was gonna say if Chiklis played one of the kids, that's ridiculous. But go ahead.
That would have been such 90210 casting.
What the fuck is this?
Hey, I'm the new kid in school. It's
like all those
not a Chiklis impersonation, but
it's like all those parodies of the undercover cops going back into high school.
I just watched 21 Jump Street, the remake, the other day.
Why did you do that to yourself?
Dude, you know how many hours I have in the overnight to do nothing but watch movies? You know what though? It was a conscious decision. I stopped watching. This is going to make you laugh. I stopped watching Showgirls 2: Pennies from Heaven to watch 21 Jump Street.
I don't know what that says about you.
It says that I only got 10 minutes into Showgirls 2 and I couldn't take it no matter how much fucking they were doing in the movie. I had to go watch Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum play high school kids.
Was Jesse Spano in that one again?
No.
Oh.
No, this was an independent effort by one of the background strippers in the first one. Swear to God, she produced, she wrote, she directed the whole fucking thing. It looked like she shot it on VHS.
Because she knew that this was money.
Yeah, absolutely. She saw Transformers 2 come out, make $100 billion, and she's like, "Yep, Showgirls 2." She
should have just stuck to stripping.
Absolutely, and she does. She's one of those actresses that plays a stripper in like every movie, and.
So she's like the Billy.
But you'd recognize her.
She's like the Billy Bats of strippers.
She is. She's the Frank Vincent of stripper movies.
Frank Vincent. That's it.
She is the Frank Vincent of stripper movies with a shine box. Her shiny box. See that? We start out with cum. We're gonna end with pussy. It's just
waka.
But anyway, high school. God, this is not gonna be a climactic ending. They posted a picture. Let me just fuck the plot. They posted a picture last night, of course, like everybody, about elections, and it was Adrian Brody who plays this fucking dirty, grimy drug dealer in the movie, and it was a picture of him, big fucking bong, and it's like, oh, vote yes on marijuana, and I'm like, that guy and his crack house of a living arrangement is exactly why most people are voting yes on medical marijuana. They don't want to go to his house anymore for their medication.
Absolutely.
They don't want to have to sit there with him and his twitchy friends and be like, you a fucking cop? No, dude.
Just give me my pot and let me go.
I've been buying pot for you from 20 years. Can we not do this every Thursday, please?
I just dropped your kid off at school for you. Can you please just loan me my dime bag here?
Can we, every week you grab my balls. It's getting awkward, dude.
Well, absolutely. That's that's part of the reason. Who doesn't want to walk into a Tedeschi's, get a sandwich, maybe a payday, and pick up your medical marijuana or whatever, or your marijuana in general. Yeah, because no one wants to go out to the ghetto.
Nobody wants to go, and I would even want less. To have delivery.
Oh, I think I'd love delivery.
You would until the person wants to come and hang out at your house.
Right. Well, I don't even
this
smoke
is my
anyway,
clean
but still.
house. I don't want you on my couch.
What are you dragging your shit in here?
It's kind of like.
Would you take your shoes off, please?
It's kind of like the Seth Rogen James Franco relationship in Pineapple Express, where he thinks they're friends, and it's like, no, dude, we don't have that. Our relationship is very business oriented. I show up, I collect my goods, I give you my money, I get the fuck out. I don't want to hang out with you. It smells weird in here. I can't place it. It's kind of shit and ammonia. And you have a fucking iguana. Why do they all have iguanas?
Which is
every one of them has a fucking. You know what? I just thought of what that goes back to. I guarantee you, it's fucking that Cheech and Chong movie.
Up in Smoke?
Nope. It was one of the sequels. It was the one where Stacy Keach was reprising his role from Up in Smoke. I want to say it might have been Nice Dreams.
It was either next movie or Nice Dreams.
I want to say Nice Dreams because Stacy Keach was reprising his role, but he was all fucking strung out. And like,
oh, I barely remember that one.
And he was turning into an iguana throughout the movie. He was like, I guess the weed they were smoking eventually turns you slowly into an iguana.
Okay.
So he had the bad prosthetic green finger, and he started growing a tail. Started doing the tongue thing.
Again, the amount of money that was just thrown into Hollywood at that time.
You know what?
Like, hey, who wants to make a movie?
God bless them. At least they were doing original shit.
Absolutely.
Now it's, I mean,
I think everything I've said, every third word I've said in this was absolutely. But yes, I agree.
Absolutely. See,
I agree.
I'm trying to keep a conversation despite agreeing. But yeah, it's the amount of remakes and reboots and
Yes, there was originality. I mean, I had read an article, I forget where, but someone was saying, and it makes a little bit of sense, where the reason why Hollywood's not really backing these independent films or these original ideas or whatever is because they're afraid they're going to lose money at the box office.
Oh, absolutely.
So they just go with the reboots because it's a sure thing, or they go with the blockbuster, the Pirates of the Caribbean 48 over and
Rocky 10.
Rocky 10.
I saw a picture, by the way, not to go out too off topic. I saw a picture last week of De Niro and Stallone on the set of their new boxing movie.
Oh, yes.
Where they're supposed to both be playing retired boxers who fight each other.
Because that's what people want to see.
And man, I mean, Stallone, we've all seen him in The Expendables. He's still fucking all jacked up. He looks like he could be Rambo again.
Steroids.
Hey, whatever works for you. There's no dope testing in movies, man. But De Niro looks like Mickey from Rocky.
Really?
He's De Niro. He's old.
Well, I just saw a preview of a new movie that he's got. Not that one, but another one that he's got. And I mean, he's aged well, but he's not.
But he's still an old guy. I mean, he looks like he did in the last Meet the Fuckers movie. He looks like a grandfather, and I can't imagine what they're gonna do to make me believe that this guy, unless it's literally they get in the ring and Stallone just clocks him once and he dies, which I think would make an amazing ending.
It'd be you just ruined it right there.
You can call me Hollywood. I have plenty of great ideas.
There's an original idea for you.
There's an original idea.
Is it really original though? Didn't they do that in $1 Million Baby?
You know, I never saw that movie.
Spoiler alert: $1 Million Baby.
I know she dies.
Yeah, but I think it was in similar vein to how they did it on It's Always Sunny.
Right. Not a Hilary Swank fan.
Neither am I.
And I never got around to watch. It was one of those ones that kind of slipped through the cracks, and I just never got around to watching it. And despite the fact that I just said that I have all these hours in the overnight, and I watched Showgirls 2 for fuck's sake, but I haven't seen an Oscar-winning movie. I don't know. I'm sure at some point I'll give it a shot.
Did you watch that Slumdog Millionaire?
Nope.
Neither did I. Anyway,
I think I've been turned off by the awards.
Yeah.
I think if the Academy qualifies it, I'm turned.
Well, that was my big thing too. Is like you hear all the hype around movies, you hear all the hype, and it's like TV shows, Sons of Anarchy. You got your Dexters, you got your I just don't want to watch them right now until when it kind of dies down, so I could just take my time and watch it.
My brother does the same thing. He DVRs the entire season.
It's better that way too.
And then watches it like in a week.
Yeah.
The whole thing. And it would be great. There's some shows that I can leave on the DVR without watching, and then there's some shows, Breaking Bad is one, Dexter's another, and now Sons of Anarchy, where it's just like, I got to keep up with it just because shows like that, I don't want to be ruined. And unfortunately, like, the internet the way it is, it's going to be spoiled for you.
It all comes back to the internet.
It really does. The internet is just an awful, awful place. Like we said, full of porn and spoiler alerts.
Porn, spoilers, politics, opinions that have to be taken back.
But I think, getting back to the remake thing, some of them would be decent movies. I've always said this. There are some remakes that would be decent movies if they weren't a remake. Like if you change the title. That's all you got to do.
Or at least expand it on the idea. Don't like you said, copy and paste. Expand on the idea. Take whatever actor you got. I know it's going to be a shitty actor that you're going to throw out there, but take whatever actor you got and at least work towards their strengths and weaknesses.
Like the one that I felt did a good job rebooting the series was Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah,
he took a different approach to it.
I think I only saw the first one, but the first one was very good. And
the first one was much stronger than the second, I believe.
Yeah.
He went in a different direction, which I felt was fine because it wasn't such an absurd direction that he took. But I liked the fact that he focused a lot on the origins and the backstory in the first one. Because, I mean, the original Halloween, he started as
he just threw you into it.
Mental patient, yeah. And he never explained. I mean, there was the opening scene where he kills his sister, but I liked that they spent time in the mental hospital. They showed that it puts you a little bit more in his head of exactly how disconnected he was. And
well, that's the kind of sick fuck that Rob Zombie is.
God love him though.
It's
he makes
great.
damn good movies.
He does. I mean,
Makes damn good. I still. I mean, Devil's Rejects is still a great movie.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, and I've said this many times, probably one of the best blends of music and like cinema was the ending.
The Freebird scene.
The ending. It worked fucking perfectly. And Freebird is so overused in everything, especially radio.
Yeah.
But it was perfect.
Well, that's what I always loved about, or thought about, like Tarantino's famous, Stuck in the Middle with You scene.
Yes.
And because I always wanted, or I always thought about if I was a director, putting that most fun, happiest song to the worst scene in the movie.
Yep.
And that's what I loved about Freebird. That's the Freebird scene in Devil's Rejects. That's what I loved about, Tarantino's scene, because it's that outside thinking,
Yep.
that thing that's gonna just stick with you through the whole movie, and that's the one thing that's gonna. And again, Rob Zombie is like, the minute I saw House of a Thousand Corpses, the reason why I cheered that movie so much was seeing it in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the scene where he's about to execute the cop.
I was thinking the same thing, that song.
And then it just starts pulling out, and it's pulling out,
and it goes quiet.
And it goes so quiet, and the camera's just pulling up, and then it just kind of pauses for a minute, and everyone, I remember vividly, everyone in the audience going, hey, fix the camera, fix, and boom, and it's like, oh, that just totally gets you. So not only was it that, but finally I watched a horror movie where the bad guys won.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, basically.
Very
it was
much.
copy and paste of that, but then it was just that twist at the end where everyone died, and it was different. It was cool, and it was so blatantly gory and gruesome, but it was still done right.
And there was a lot of, I remember, because I was working in a movie theater back then when I came out, there was a lot of controversy because, I mean, it took 3 years to hit theaters.
Yeah, I remember
because Universal dropped it.
I remember reading about it, getting really pumped for it, because at that time I was really into the Rob's music scene.
Absolutely.
And I was like, oh man, Rob's coming out with a movie. This is gonna be great. And you gotta support Rob. He's a Boston guy.
Absolutely. Despite doing a Flyers movie. Fucker.
and so that was a big thing. So I remember it being delayed for a long time, and after watching the movie, going, okay, I could totally see why they didn't want to pick this up. No, who the hell would want to touch that movie? But it grossed a lot of money.
Oh, it made a decent. I mean, it definitely made its money back.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't. I mean, I don't think it was a huge budget.
It wasn't a box office smash, but it was.
No. But I remember working in the theater, and the teaser for it, Universal's teaser, I remember came out in, I want to say 2000, maybe 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a coming soon teaser. And at the same time, the Universal Studios in Florida, which does a haunted theme every Halloween, did a House of a Thousand Corpses. Like, this year was Alice Cooper's haunted thing. But yeah, it looked awesome.
Yeah.
It was basically, you were going through that house with all the gore and all the bodies and all that. Like, it was fucking disgusting.
Who the hell wants to do that?
Oh, it's so fun.
Who
doesn't like being scared?
That is so disturbing. They should have Rob's girlfriend just shrieking.
I remember the teaser came out and then nothing.
Yeah.
And it took a while, and I think I just randomly one day was like, whatever happened to that movie? And I go on the internet and search it out, and read that it was dropped, and then like 3 years later, Lionsgate picked it up and finally released it. Which
Lionsgate is the silent savior of a lot of cool movies.
And I gotta give them a lot of credit, especially in this Blu-ray generation, because with the demise of Miramax,
right?
They're them and Disney breaking ties. All of their movies, which was all the Tarantinos, all the Robert Rodriguez, all just kind of, I don't want to say that they're not public domain, but they weren't released by the parent company.
Mm-hmm.
And Lionsgate picked up and did really decent releases of at least Tarantino's movies. So it was like the Pulp Fiction, Kill Bills.
But again, those are the ones that they know they're going to make bank on.
Absolutely.
Rodriguez's films, if it isn't Desperado or even somewhat like Once Upon a Time in Mexico, but not a lot of people really dug that one. You got to make sure you get your money back.
Yeah, and
I mean, it's good to pick up. It's good to pick up the things just for,
Sure.
Hey, you're the cool guy picking it up, but
it's also a business at the end of the day.
It's a business, and that's what sucks.
And I think
about
a lot of us as fans tend to, we don't see the business side of things, so it becomes very like, why aren't they giving this a great huge fucking release? It's like, because it would cost a couple $1 million to clean up this old movie that you love.
Yeah.
It's not going to make them their money back.
I'm sorry, no one really wants to see
like Showgirls 2. Seriously. I want a 3 Blu-ray pack.
There's the first disc is the movie, the second disc is the outtakes, and the third disc is the audience weeping over the fact that they just watched Showgirls 3.
It's like the opposite of the Rocky Horror audience track. Nobody's having fun.
Right. The entire production film crew is just hemorrhaging.
But I think we're hitting about the hour and change mark.
Are we?
I think so.
This is quite the trip.
It was. It was quite the adventure.
I think the bullet points that you sent me earlier, I don't know if we touched on all of them.
No, but they were rough.
They were rough. Well, this was a rough show.
It was very rough.
I feel like I should be barking after this.
Rough?
Wah, wah,
rough?
Wah. Yeah.
I was going to go with an IBS joke, but,
Well, we got plenty more time for that, I think.
Plenty of shows for the shit jokes. Yeah?
And for whoever else is going to try to listen to this.
God bless you. God bless you. Thanks.
Someone bless you. Whatever deity you believe in.
Yeah, seriously. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for bringing up religion. God forbid. Whatever you believe in. If you call it praying.
Bless you.
Do that. And while you're down on your knees.
Oh.
Look for change on the floor.
Okay.
You don't have to work blue, babe.
I'm just okay. I didn't want to work blue there.
All right. Well, I guess we're wrapping it up. Thank you for listening if you did listen. And if you didn't listen, you're not hearing this.
So I don't know why you're saying it.
I don't know why I'm bringing it up. It's been a long day, and we're just gonna wrap it up.
We should just make it a trend to do all these on very little sleep. See where it takes us.
I don't think that's gonna be a problem with the hours we keep, Billy. I really don't. But thank you if you did listen. My name is Mike Wendt.
And I'm Billy.
And hopefully we'll see you again next week.
All right.